Hi everyone, this is Grishma and welcome to my channel. In the last video, we understood about physics and how it is involved in our day-to-day life. In this video, let us discuss Newton's first law of motion. Actually, Newton discovered three laws of motion: first law, second law and third law. Before going to start our topic, here physics is divided into two main branches. They are modern physics and classical physics. The subdivisions of classical physics are classical mechanics and etc. In classical mechanics, Newton's laws of motion are the three laws which describe the relationship between the motion of an object and the forces acting on it. Now let's begin our topic. Newton's first law of motion. It is also called as law of inertia because Newton's first law defines inertia. Let us understand about inertia in our next video in detail. Now, what does Newton's first law says? It says an object at rest remains rest and an object in motion will stay in motion with the same speed and in same direction until or unless an external unbalanced force is applied to it. In the other words, a stationary object will not move without any external force. In the same way, a moving object cannot stop without outside force. Here, external force indicates an unbalanced force because an object at rest remains at rest. Here we have to remember one important point, that is, when an object is at rest, the net force of that object will be zero, and when the net force is zero, automatically the acceleration of the same object will be zero. So the object stays in rest and the objects will still continue to be in rest position when balanced forces are acting on it. So it is necessary to apply unbalanced force to any object to change its state of position. For example, you are playing in your classroom. There is a bag placed on your bench which is at rest position, and the object, the bag will still continue to be in rest position until a force is applied to it. Suppose you and your friend are fighting for your bag to pull it your side. Now, if both of you apply same force towards yourselves, then what would be happen? The bag will still remain in the same position because the force applied by both sides is in equal manner, and this force is called balanced force. Now let us understand what unbalanced force is. Now, either you or your friend's force is more than the others, then the bag comes to the concerned person, and this unequal force is called unbalanced force. Now let's take one example to understand this topic better. Suppose you are playing football with your friends. Before the game starts, the umpire comes to you and your opponent person and takes a coin, put on his thumb, and simply he hit it upwards and catch it again. Here, at first, the coin is in rest position, but when the umpire applied some force to it, the coin, which is at rest position, moves into the air. Now, let's take another example. After the toss, you are ready to play football. When the ball is placed in the middle of the court, one of the players, either you or someone else, comes near the ball and kick it with their foot. Immediately, the ball starts moving, which is at rest position before the kick. Okay, but what happened here? When the ball is acted upon by the force from outside, that means from the player's leg, it receives the force and changes its position from rest to the motion. This is one of the examples, but there is lot of difference between the first example and the second example. In the first example, one kind of force is released by the umpire to the coin to stop its moving position. But when we look into the second example, when the player kicked the ball starts moving forward, and after a few seconds it stops by traveling a little bit distance. But who is there to apply force and stops the ball after some time? No one is visible to us, right? Then what happened there? Here the ground applies some unbalanced frictional force which opposes the ball to move it forward. Finally, what I want to say is that either visible or not, some force is always applied to an object to change its state of position. This is what Newton's first law explains. Here, we have to remember one important point, that is, this Newton's first law never applies in the space. The reason is, when we kick the ball in the space, it moves continuously because there will be no gravity, friction or air resistance going against it. I hope you understood this lesson very well. Unless you understand, please watch this video again and again until you got it, because it is very important topic in physics. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive notifications immediately when we upload videos. Let's meet soon in the next video. Keep watching. Bye.